Training and capability building are often words that people use interchangeably, but they're really very different concepts. Training is this static event, more like a one-time, I go to a course or I participate in a series of classes, but when I leave that experience in that event, it's done. Capability building is a journey that really is meant to shift my behaviors and my mindsets in a way that allow me to sustain a new performance level over time. McKinsey has built Growth Accelerate, which is an approach to building capabilities for our clients. Inside of Growth Accelerate, we've got the very best of adult learning principles coupled with a whole series of modules and content and tools that help clients across any number of commercial topics actually build individual capabilities and embed institutional capabilities. The magic of Growth Accelerate is the capability building is actually embedded in each phase of the transformation. When we start at the diligence, there is a capability assessment as well as an execution assessment. We also look at institutional readiness to change and to grow, all through a very simple survey-based assessment tool, but also a series of interviews and some working sessions with leadership team to get really crisp on it. As we move from diligence to road mapping, we leverage our Design in a Day workshop. And what that allows us to do is really prioritize the core capabilities that tie to the things that will drive value going forward. So we get all the right folks in the room. We bring in marketing folks, sales folks, business leaders, HR, and together prioritized against the diligence goals and what will go into road mapping, what are the series of capabilities that we actually need to focus on? And that allows us not to just prioritize capabilities, but to link them to impact. Because it doesn't matter to build a capability for the sake of a capability, you actually want to get business results from it. And so this workshop is a mechanism that allows us to do that, and then set a high-level sense of what's the learning journey path forward. So when will we use coursework? When will we use things that happen out in the field? So that allows us into the implementation phase to tactically embed the initiatives around capability building right alongside the other initiatives that we're doing. The power of what we do in Growth Accelerate in the context of a growth transformation is the steps are the same every single time. We have a very clean process for how you build capabilities. This is how we diagnose. This is how we figure out the learning journeys that folks need to go on. This is how we actually execute the learning journeys. What's different is which capabilities flow through that continuum, and that is always highly tailored and highly custom to the actual needs of a particular client. And so while we know the universe, we use the assessment tools to actually figure out which ones to focus on, because that has to link to the value you're actually trying to drive. By doing this tailored prioritization of the capabilities for each growth transformation context, but using the common chassis of the approach, it allows us to deeply embed the capability building process into the transformation. So it's not a side thought or an afterthought or some parallel component. It's actually the core of the work we're doing so that the impact is actually achieved. The Growth Accelerate approach is really around using this very tested methodology that is repeatable and rigorous to create new behaviors. And part of what Growth Accelerate allows us to do is really think about, do I have my leaders armed and ready to lead us through a transformation? Do I have the skills and capabilities to actually do the work that's being asked of me? And do I have the mechanisms from an execution standpoint to relentlessly go after these new ways of working? That's what Growth Accelerate really helps us weave together. The metric of success in all of this is that ultimately we come out with a new way of working. It's a set of new behaviors that we actually just execute in the day-to-day of getting our jobs done. At the end of the day, you get the sustained growth because people behave in new ways.